Hello, this is MARSHALgoldpack, and you're listening to my audio log, part 13. Okay, so we're at the start of GOLDPACK's best year, 2015. In my last log, I probably should have mentioned a few clans we had relations with, whether they were good or bad. I was mainly talking about the GOLDPACK Mama and the transformation of the GOLDPACK's uniforms, because it's never happened in history, virtually, until we got past 240 members, and that's when it happened. Because too many, there it was great seeing everyone in a single uniform, but there's just too much of it. Too many of the same rank, too much of the precisely exact same uniform. And with the amount of people, we're bunching up in different levels of skill set, but there were so many of them. It was a perfect time to evolve, and we did. Okay, but the second GOLDPACK Mama joined to explain some of the relations we had with the other clans. Like, there was so much going on. It would take me hours to explain every little detail, because this was probably the pinnacle of GOLDPACK's most active period. And we were just battling people legit every day. It might have been competitive, it might have been a raid. Who knows, we might have even been doing training. There was something happening every single day for like the next following 2 months. And it was great. But during the time frame of the start of 2015, GOLDPACK had neutral relations with Navcom. We had three conflicts with them. One of them resulted into a raid win for GOLDPACK, and another one where we tied and we called it quits because one of my members were being dumb and slaughtering people, spawn killing them at the spawn, which is one of our rules. We don't support spawn killing. We claim it was a win, but we didn't realize how bad he was at spawn. And we offered to forfeit the raid, but Navcom said that they had inappropriate members at the same time, so they didn't want to claim it a win. So it was actually a draw. Pretty close draw, technically. We both went against our own rules. Yeah, Navcom, we wanted to have more conflict with them, but after that, things went pretty dead. Silent as the ghost. The last order of reach, oh my god, who was led by that? Was that Commando Farah? I can't even remember. Last order of reach, we wanted to do conflict with them. I recruited them into the Great Conquest some time ago, but when I tried to reacquaint myself with them, they were gone, just disbanded like most people. As for Shield of Honor, after we completely annihilate them and they refused to do battle with us from the last event prior to Mama joining the clan, they refused to battle us and they pretty much went quiet, although they continued to send assassins after us and try to get hit cards. And so many clans were doing that. As for the Fleet of Truth, that was the St. Keely clan, and we were alliance with them. And I wanted to offer if we want to do some joint training together, and when I tried to reacquaint with them, they were disbanded, another clan. As for the Forsaken Knights, the Forsaken Knights merged out of Guardians High Rule, and it was kind of difficult because Forsaken Knights hated Guardians High Rule. There was a problem with the leaders because GH Soccer was leading Guardians High Rule, and Forsaken God and Divine Swiftness, he changed his game tag way too much. They didn't like each other, so they split to two separate clans, but we were neutral with both of them. And we wanted to have conflicts, but it was like a relationship problem. They're just too bitchy with each other, so we didn't really affiliate with them too much. A clan that we were flat out just trying to annihilate was United Golden Nation, but since Legacy of Nations, GOLDPACK, well, I'm the Mama joined the clan and merged into GOLDPACK and became second leader. She had horrible relationships with them, but she really wished me not to engage him because they used to be friends, and she would still like to heal that relationship and still be friends with what's his name? Arc Legendary. Or maybe Mitchell it is now, I'm pretty sure. The fool changed his name too much again. However, I respected her wishes and I left him alone, despite how much I wanted to annoy him, because he was just so fun to annoy. Because, when someone's a worthless leader, it's just too easy. 99th Regiment virtually gave up and surrendered to GOLDPACK, admitting that he did not want to battle us anymore. And when a clan leader refuses to battle you and gives you no true reason in GOLDPACK's eyes, that's virtually a clan leader forfeiting a war, which was just amazing. A good alliance clan that we really enjoyed was Grand Army of Republic, led by Caboose S123, I believe his name is. We love them. You see, now that's a good clan leader. He's not too intelligent, but intelligent enough to be a pretty okay clan leader. He has his own maps. He's extremely original, but most of all, he's not like Navcom and the other clans where they try to pick the crap out of rules and refuse to even battle if it doesn't go the right way. They were pretty easy going. We got along with them just fine. And the fact that we got to battle them so much, we were alliance with them, and we even defended them a couple times in their own wars against other clans. Soldiers of Valkyrie we wanted to battle, but I kind of lost contact with them when my dog took away a logbook I kept on the ground because it was the one I didn't use that much, that had a lot of gamer tags in it. And it suddenly just went missing, along with the gamer tags for Soldiers of Valkyrie, so they kind of went off my radar. Plague. Epic little Z4 bros. We were neutral with them. We weren't enemies. We weren't allies. And it's funny. He was too busy doing his own thing. And if I wanted to battle him, he would kind of see that as if I wanted to do flat out war. But we're just, yeah. I don't know, I kind of regretted that decision. I wish we had done war with them. I think it would have been really fun. But we were just neutral with them. Not on a good side or bad side. The problem is that he got along pretty well with the 99th Dre. And that was a gross thing about him that I did not like. And I knew if we got too close to Plague, Dr. Dre would be able to worm his way in the GOLDPACK with spies and spread more bullcrap, which is something we really did not want. Dr. Dre is the ultimate opportunist in this community, without a doubt. Epic Core Pack. I don't know why I mentioned their name. They just disbanded after a week or two. Golden Widows. So, Golden Widows was Tucker. Tucker used to be one of my best guys, and he kept creating Golden Widows, and we'll do battle with him. Surprisingly, he had a couple of the ex-GOLDPACK members, and they were really good members, and he would even put up a really good fight. We were neutral for him. Although, it was annoying because I could see how they were bored, and they could have been having much more fun if I had been a part of GOLDPACK, but he was doing his own thing. He didn't really stick to it half the time, but we were pretty neutral. If Golden Widows requested reinforcements, we'd be there. Nexus Invaders was a St. Keely clan led by some kid who disbanded, so we were alliance with them because I respected him, but he just went off the radar, off the grid. Atomic Spartans, Squeaker Nation, led by Rabbitohs. In the following first couple of months for the start of 2015, well, since Atomic Spartans been around, we've always been alliance with them. When they first created their thing, we hated them. We battle anyone, and they have to earn the respect of GOLDPACK. And after a couple of battles against Atomic Spartans, despite them all being squeakers, they hold their own, and they're really good. They well and truly earn our respect, and ever since then, they've always been close allies of GOLDPACK, and to this day, I'll still support them. I'm not sure if they're still around. I believe they're not. But he's one of the best squeaker leaders I know, Rabbitohs. And we've had so many battles. It's like, we're alliance with Atomic Spartans, and just about always has been. But we've battled them. That'd be in the top 5 clans we've battled more than other clans. Ever. And we enjoy them because he descended from the GOLDPACK clan, and he understood how we played it, and he understood how I was strong with my beliefs of my rules and codes, and he liked them. He pretty much just about played by the same rules. He was a great clan. If my members left to join his clan, I was more than happy about that. I'd have not a single complaint. It was kind of a trend. A few of his members kept joining GOLDPACK and going back, and a couple of my members kept joining his clan and coming back. We had great relations with Atomic. We need more clans like him. And Joker Nation, so I already explained how he trolled the Atomic Spartans, and when that happened, we moved out of the Joker Nation committee, fully independent after that. But somewhere at the start of 2015, Joker Nation just went black. They they broke up and they stopped making videos and they stopped being active. They just gave up on it. They had that king of Joker Nation, I Love Joker. He had his reign, and now it's all dried up. Another clan that had a lot of dedicated, loyal members who changed their game tags was United States Marine Raiders. We had one conflict with them. We won't have more, but they just disappear as well. A lot of clan members in GOLDPACK fought. We had massive battles with them, but just truly only one battle. I got on their bad side, and they're one of the wussy clans that once you're on their bad side, they don't want to battle you. Talk about guts. Spartans United, led by O Fairy Tale. Oh my god, he's such an idiot. I'm not sure what he's changed his name to, but we sent spies in his clan just to mess with him, and it was truly worth it. I'm not sure what he's changed his gamer tag to now, but back then, by UNSC clans, he was one of the most hated clans out there. It was just great. Trained Elite Force, another St. Killy clan, we were neutral with, and we kind of respected them, but their leader was a little delusional. I don't even remember his gamer tag. He wasn't too much of a fancy in my eyes. I just think he needed a lot more experience. Oh, Highcom. So, it was January, February, March. About March, we got dug into Highcom. We only got to battle them once. And I didn't even knew we were battling Highcon. We just got into a random engagement. A whole bunch of people joined our raid map when I was showing my members, and boom, there you go, there's a raid. And two of my members got kicked out of the game. And I ended the match and I said, okay, who the hell is kicking my members? Because these are people with great connection. They never go offline. The second they came back, they said, my router just suddenly gave up. I think I was, I forget the name of it. They just got booted. Yeah, they booted offline. And when they came back, they warned me about that. So I ended the game and I thought, who is this? And it turned out it was Highcom. I talked to Leo of Highcom and told him what a coward he was, and he's a cockroach, and he should battle me the honourable way. And when I called him a cockroach, he booed me offline. So hilarious. I got Microsoft on his team. I think I got one of his accounts banned, whatever one he was using, the Kurt one. He's had quite a few Kurt accounts. DDoSing, we only get one so far, but it's pretty low tactic. Another clan we wanted to do battle with at the start of 2015 was the Commandos, but same old. We assassinated them. We still got no war out of the Commandos. It was pretty sad. Yeah, the Commandos, it's just a useless intelligence agency as well. They think they're good, but they look pretty. They're just good at doing paint jobs on their face, and that's it. We're the Commandos. We don't know how to battle clans because we're just an intelligence agency. Oh, so sad. Another St. Killy clan, GOLDPACK, did get to thrash because they actually battled us and accepted. Was a Crystal Desolation Fleet. Oh man, that's a mouthful. I can't remember the game tags. All I know is that after one huge thrashing and we had two raids with them and we won both, and we never saw them again. The New Republic, I think that was led by my friend Commander Farrell, or one of his friends. I'm pretty sure it's called the New Republic. Hell if I know. Youngblood was led by Dope Wizard, and he descended out of GOLDPACK, and he was kind of like the Atomic Spartans, except I didn't respect Dope Wizard that much because, he was just slow. He wasn't as energetic and as active as the Atomic Spartans were, or Golden Widows. Actually, virtually Golden Widows and Youngbloods were the same in their own little ways. we only got to battle them like a couple of times, and they were really good battles. Actually, we nearly lost one of the raids, which was great. I was scared. I thought I was legitimately going to lose that raid, but we happened to pull through at the end. Their members quit, and it was like, yay. Die Hard gamers. So DHG, it was just the wrong era. They're active, very active in 2014. Before Halo Reach in 2015, they became dead, and before I got a chance to do major war with them, I couldn't even find their like leaders. I talked to a couple of low-ranking officers, and they said, "Yeah, no, we're not active on Reach anymore." So that was a shame. And oh man, there's so many small guerrilla-style clans, small clans that we've battled, and I just can't remember the names anymore. It's just, yeah, we're battling someone, or hosting a meeting, or doing a council concession with other clans, just active every day. And speaking of meetings, I did some research, I did some sketches, I talked to so many GOLDPACK members and my close friends of how should I design different uniforms to suit different division groups, forces, whatever you want to call them. And after doing some severe tinkering for quite a few days it took to get the whole thing laid out, but I eventually invented a few groups, and it was a big movement when it came out, and it changed GOLDPACK tenfold. It was so dramatically different after that happened. Some people claim that this is what split GOLDPACK up and broke it, but no, it was not. This made GOLDPACK so much stronger, if anything, because it was done right and it was done correctly. It may have happened a little too fast, but it was done right. What happened to GOLDPACK was a different reason, but that's for next vlog. So the way it's designed is that not too many people want to wear the armor color yellow, but yellow suited the elites great. And I designed a whole bunch of divisions for GOLDPACK. The way it works is that there are technically two levels. There's always been officers, and we want an MLG squad. St. Killies were welcome, but we wanted there to be a St. Killie division. And we wanted an elite force where people had to do mandatory training, which was brutal, that were for the humans, like the Spartans for a UNSC clan, like some sort of elite force. And we also wanted a diplomatic group because they serve their own purpose. With getting out there, organizing allies, battles, wars, keeping us up to date with which clans were active. So the person who got, the way it worked is that there was two different logos for each emblem. The bear paw was main army. Inverted colors, where the paw would be black and the shield would be yellow, is the MLG team. Then the black wolf with the black wolf with a yellow moon was a conscript for the GOLDPACK Wolves, the most highest level special task force in GOLDPACK. And if you're a fully trained Wolves member and you no longer did conscription, then you'd invert the colors, making it a black moon for yellow wolf. Then the next division was GOLDPACK St. Killius, which was the St. Killius division for GOLDPACK. And it's called GOLDPACK St. Killius, which was a ruins emblem. And the inner part of the ruins was yellow, leaving the ruins and the octagon steel. And if you were the highest ranked member of the St. Killius division was an arbiter, and then you would be the inverted colors with white. The ruins would be white, the inner part would be steel, but the shield would be yellow, and it looked pretty kick-ass too for St. Killie emblem. Then we had the, what was the name? The diplomatic division for GOLDPACK. Redmond Boyle, cool guy. I think his name now is The Fudge Daddy. Yeah, that's a shout out. You're epic, bro. I miss you. But he became the leader for the diplomatic division for GOLDPACK. It had a more specific name, I can barely remember. It was his choice, and I agreed with it, and it worked well. His emblem was epic, and the professional version was the same, except the inner star for the Nova, instead of it being white, it became red, letting him know that he was a counselor leader of his division for diplomacy. And then the last but not least, and this is fully legitimate, and we've had many problems with it because we had no leader who actually stuck to it for many months. Normally a month at a time per leader who gave it a shot, but it was the GOLDPACK Spartans division. Yes, legitimate UNSC GOLDPACK Spartans that followed their UNSC regulations and everything. It was a Spartan, yellow helmet, white feathers, black octagon. And if you became that was a conscript, but if you became full Spartan, inverted to where the helmet and feathers would be black and the octagon would be yellow, and that looks so... so many people wanted to wear that, but they couldn't unless they're part of it. We had a couple of S2 division leaders that were really cool people, but after what happened with Mama, they really didn't like the fact that Mama, they blamed the reason why they left is they said they didn't like the idea of St. Keely's being in GOLDPACK, and they didn't like Mama, and they kept one person stay for a couple of weeks and leave, then the next leader would stay and leave. It was pretty annoying. It was probably a great division, but its history of how well it's been progressing since 3rd Gen failed was pretty horrible. It was very unsteady. And I announced these changes to the entire community. I hosted a highly organized and highly defended meeting with a couple of huge heads in the community to help spread the word. I gave them the update that instead of being a full military-based clan, we will virtually be a insurrectionist, military-based clan. And we were probably the most colorful one of them all. We had people that were in their 40s or 30s. We had more squeakers than most clans ever had. We had over 4 different divisions, and each division was more different than the other. Main Army, MLG, a diplomatic division, St. Keely's with their own St. Keely culture, and a legitimately trained Arbiter of Light. It was the Arbiter of GOLDPACK, and he changed his name to that actually. And he was doing a really good job of leading his division. And we even had UNSC, I only allowed a fully trained UNSC Spartan to become the leader of that, which is why it was really hard to recruit someone for that position, because they needed to be trained by a professional UNSC clan, NavCom or Unicom or one of those. So that's why it wasn't that active as much as the others, because I could barely find the right person. They couldn't be just any other crappy. I'd have to test them on UNSC Spartan maps, and if they made it, then they could be, try not to stay off track. And that was led by a couple of people. It was active time to time. When it first came out, it was pretty active for a month. Like just a flat out month. They had about 11 conscripts at one point. They're pretty good too. And most of them had the S2 sales tag in their name. It looks spunky. Okay, so when I announced that, we gotta had about 150 members at that point, January to February. And the community was outright insanely hating on us for it. Once they heard that not only were we insurrectionists and we had St. Keely's, but the fact that we had UNSC Spartans, or so-called UNSC S2s, and St. Keely division with more than about 50 members in it. Oh boy, did the word of that, because it was on the St. Keely community for Halo Reach in 2015 was shit. There were barely any St. Keely clans. The only one that was holding its ground and continuing to be amazing was RSL. But our St. Keely division was like 60 members strong, and a few of them had the word Arbiter in the name. It was pretty intense. And boy, did the community want to get a piece of that, and they did. We noticed the amount of people trying to assassinate us was increasing tenfold, just absolutely dramatically. We were getting assassinated left, right, center. I lost count how many times I got assassinated, and Mama was a target. Anyone who was a high rank was a potential target in GOLDPACK, and we were getting assassinated that we wanted the diplomatic division to step up its defensive and to try and protect its high-ranking officers, which they did a pretty good job once the warning got out. Redmond Boyle trained a couple of people, and they did a successful job whenever they were defending me in a meeting. They stopped quite a few assassinations that nearly got me. One that was in the middle of progress with sniper, just so kick-ass. But yeah, the community was hating on GOLDPACK. I already knew because we're so successful, we're extremely hated, but after making the move to become an insurrectionist, UNSC / St. Helier / makeshift original military-based clan, like, whoa. Everyone hated us. Honorable St. Helier clans didn't like us. Virtually all UNSC clans didn't like us. The military clans saw us as so colourful, they didn't like us. And the difference was that we'd have to win a war and beat them for them to hate us. But now, on sight, GOLDPACK was just naturally hated. And thanks to Dr. Dre spreading as much propaganda as it could, as well as a bunch of other people, GOLDPACK was one of probably the... Highcom's always been a really hated clan, so GOLDPACK was probably the second most hated clan in the entire community. But the difference is that we were way more active than Highcom, and we were legitimately winning wars without DDoSing people offline. We did not DDoS Highcom. When you see Highcom, you can just, screw these idiots. People ignore them half the time. But GOLDPACK, the second we got sight of you or you got in our way, there was no being ignored. We would follow you, send spies in, and get a battle. We just want to battle people. People who refuse to battle us, then it would be quite annoying to them. But hey, if someone's not going to do something and be active, you got to give them a push. Otherwise, there's just no motivation. Who's going to want to fight a battle that they know they're probably going to lose? And it was insane. It was glorious. People were climbing the ranks. It was legit. We were executing bad members. It was just... the atmosphere of GOLDPACK at the start of 2015, January and February and March, is just best days of GOLDPACK in absolute history. And oh man, I'd give so much if I could go back to that era and play it all over again, because it was just, I swear I'll make that happen again. But the community was so ripe for it. Dying, clans falling, the bigger clans sucking up the little ones like Nine Knife and United Gold Nation, and we're picking on them. It was just great. It was perfect. Just a perfect atmosphere for a big, strong GOLDPACK clan. It was just so great. And after moving on from February to, the January, February, and we're moving into March, there was... People say we're growing too big. That might be true, it might not be true, but I know one thing for sure. I could not believe when I did a head count that I was dead set positive. To the active, to the barely active, to the members who didn't come on after a month, we had well and truly over 300 members. I started spreading that word as much as I could, and it was, wow, the community could not believe it. And when I show them a head count of my test book with everyone's gamer tag, they'll just like jaw drop. Oh, it was amazing. We had our own fleet. We were so epic that we spread to Halo 3, which was easy because there's barely any community left in Halo 3, but there still was one. We're playing actively on Halo 3, actively on Halo Reach, and actively on Halo 4. We even had... I got complete the very first legitimate GOLDPACK constructed warship, and it was a GOLDPACK Dreadnought. And because of Mama's amazing work so far, I award her to be the admiral and fleet captain of that vessel, the GOLDPACK Dreadnought. It's the Dreadnought GOLDPACK. And wow, it was just insane. We had a couple of space wars on that base, and it was just majestical, just so amazing. But the future battles that GOLDPACK was going to be faced with next is probably the most darkest times of GOLDPACK's history, and you're going to find out exactly what evil struck GOLDPACK until there's virtually nothing left. I'm Marshall Goldpack, And this is my lore. If you liked it, then I'll see you for log 14. And as always, I'll see you on the flip side, Spartans. See ya.